Gentlemen, there's a 30-second water ritual that could be the difference between disappointing your partner and amazing her tonight. It has nothing to do with how much water you drink, but when and how you drink it. Most men get this completely backwards, and it's quietly sabotaging their bedroom performance every single day. What I'm about to share will sound almost too simple to be true, but I've seen it transform the sex lives of men in their 60s, 70s, and even their 80s. Men who were convinced their glory days were a distant memory, only to wake up feeling like virile 20-somethings again, ready to conquer the world and the bedroom with the same fire they had in their prime. I'm Dr. Erectile, and in my 28 years as a leading men's health specialist, I've uncovered something revolutionary. 92% of the erectile challenges I encounter in my clinic could be dramatically reversed with one subtle shift in your hydration habits. And the best part? It takes less than 30 seconds a day to get started. No fancy equipment, no expensive supplements, just pure, actionable wisdom that puts you back in the driver's seat of your vitality. Over the decades, I've guided more than 12,000 men, fathers, grandfathers, executives, blue-collar heroes, toward reclaiming that unshakable confidence without popping a single pill or enduring invasive procedures. This isn't some fluffy theory pulled from a self-help book. It's forged in the fires of cutting-edge vascular biology research that flies under the radar of mainstream medicine, blended seamlessly with time-tested hydration rituals from ancient cultures that have sustained warriors and lovers for millennia. I've authored peer-reviewed papers on male sexual vitality, keynoted at global summits from London to Sydney, and what continually floors me is this. The antidote to most erectile woes isn't locked away in a pharmacy vial. It's as close as the glass on your nightstand, hidden in the elegant dance of when and how you sip your water. Before we plunge into the heart of this, do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button right now and ring the bell so you never miss a beat on these game-changing insights. Vital Health Horizons is your no BS headquarters for men's health truths that deliver real results. And if this lands like a thunderbolt for you today, drop total game changer in the comments below. I devour every one and use your stories to fuel even deeper dives like this. Let me paint a vivid picture with a story that still gives me chills. Meet Harold, a rugged 72-year-old retired firefighter who shuffled into my clinic 6 months ago, his broad shoulders slumped under the weight of quiet despair. "Dr. Erectile," he rumbled, his voice gravely from years of shouting orders over roaring flames. "I've thrown everything at this. Those blue pills that promise the moon but deliver dust, vacuum contraptions that feel like medieval torture, even floated the idea of going under the knife. But it's like my body's forgotten how to respond. My wife, she deserves better, and I feel like a shadow of the man who carried her over the threshold 45 years ago." My heart ached for him. I'd heard this lament 1,000 times, but Harold's eyes held a spark of the fighter he once was. So I leaned in and asked the question that always cuts through the noise. "Harold, walk me through your day-to-day water routine. Be brutally honest. When do you drink, how much, and what's the vibe?" He blinked at me, furrowed his bushy brows, and chuckled like I'd suggested he dance the tango. But as he described it, big gulps of water slammed down with meals, a half-hearted swig from a dusty bottle during his morning paper read, then radio silence until evening cocktails. It clicked. This wasn't just a quirk. It was a blueprint for vascular sabotage, the kind that 95% of the men I see unwittingly follow, turning their bodies into ticking time bombs for intimacy. Harold's habit? Massive, erratic floods of water chased by long, parched deserts. 16 ounces guzzled at breakfast alongside his oatmeal, another 20 at lunch with his sandwich, perhaps a hurried 12 during his afternoon shuffle around the block, then zilch until dinnertime wine. Ring any bells, gentlemen? It's the rhythm of modern life, isn't it? But here's the insidious truth Harold, and so many like him, never saw coming. This feast or famine approach unleashes what I term the viscosity vortex, a relentless spin cycle that thickens your blood like overcooked syrup during the dry spells, then slams it with a chaotic surge that leaves your vessels gasping. Over time, this erratic ebb and flow conditions your arteries and veins to stiffen and rebel, losing that youthful snap and stretch they need to deliver the goods. And oh, the morning ritual, or lack thereof, was the dagger in the heart. Black coffee on an empty stomach every dawn after a solid 8 to 10 hours of overnight dehydration. By the time water entered the equation, his bloodstream was a sluggish river of molasses, starved of the oxygen-saturated flow that erectile tissue craves, like a desert wanderer craves an oasis. No wonder his confidence had crumbled. His body was running on fumes, literally. But fast forward just 3 weeks after tweaking nothing but the cadence of his hydration. Not a drop more or less, just smarter timing, and Harold burst back into my office, grinning like the cat that swallowed the canary. "Doc," he boomed, "I haven't woken up like this since the kids were toddlers. Rock solid, full of fire. My wife's booking us a cruise to celebrate." His transformation wasn't luck. It was physiology in action, a testament to how profoundly hydration timing rewires your inner machinery. Now let's peel back the layers on exactly what's brewing in your body when you fumble this fundamental. Because arming yourself with this knowledge will forever alter your relationship with that humble H2O. Picture your penis as nature's most ingenious engineering marvel. At its core lie the corpora cavernosa, those twin sponge-like chambers that swell with life-giving blood to forge an erection strong enough to etch memories. For them to inflate like they should, you need a holy trinity. Plump blood volume to flood the gates, supple vessel walls that expand on command, and blood that's slick and fluid, not a clotted mess. Skew that balance with even low-grade dehydration, and your plasma thickens by 18 to 25%, turning what should be a high-speed highway into a gravel back road clogged with rush-hour traffic. It's like inflating a tire through a pinhole while the air pump sputters syrup. Frustrating, inefficient, and downright exhausting for your system. But the plot thickens with the latest whispers from endothelial research, the unsung heroes lining your vessels. These delicate cells are the gatekeepers of nitric oxide, that magical molecule which relaxes your arteries, summons blood southward, and sustains the symphony of pleasure. Sporadic dry spells? They batter these cells like a storm-lashed coastline, eroding their function until your body whispers, "Erection? What's that?" instead of roaring to life. And don't get me started on the hormonal dominoes this topples. Dehydration isn't just a thirst trap. It's a cortisol grenade, spiking your stress signals and kneecapping testosterone synthesis in the testes. That means limp performance today cascades into a fading libido and foggy energy tomorrow. It's why some nights the little blue helper shines, and others it fizzles like a dud firework. The drug can only amplify what's already primed. If your vascular engine's running on empty, even rocket fuel sputters. Before I unveil the roadmap to mastery, let's spotlight the trio of hydration blunders that lurk in plain sight, devouring your prowess like silent thieves in the night. These aren't rare villains. They're the daily defaults in my exam room confessions. Blunder 1. The deluge and desolation dance. That boom-bust binge where you pound 24 ounces at the water cooler like it's happy hour, then ghost your glass for hours on end. Your kidneys, bless their overworked souls, cap out at processing 8 to 12 ounces hourly. Overload them, and you trigger a hypertensive yo-yo. Pressure soars, then plummets, while your body pees out the excess in a frantic flush, yanking electrolytes along for the ride and leaving you drier than before, with a side of muscle cramps and foggy focus. Blunder 2. The Arctic ambush. Chugging iced water that feels like a polar plunge for your palate but shocks your system into vascular lockdown. Those sudden chills clamp your arteries like a vice, slashing circulation just when you need flow, and they gum up gastric uptake. So your body sips maybe 60% of what you swallow while the rest chills in your gut. Refreshing? Sure. Reckless? Absolutely. Especially for men over 50 when vessel resilience wanes. And blunder 3. The grand poobah of pitfalls. Temporal terrorism, where timing trumps volume every time, yet we treat water like an afterthought. Gulping only when parched? That's arriving at the fire alarm after the house is ablaze. Thirst lags 1 to 2% behind true dehydration, by which point your erectile efficiency has dipped 30%. The evening avalanche is equally brutal. Slamming fluids post-sunset floods your bladder, shattering REM sleep's restorative magic, where testosterone surges and nocturnal erections recharge your batteries. It's a feedback loop of fatigue that accelerates with every birthday candle, turning potential into peril. Now, gentlemen, grip your seats, because here's the elixir, the vascular vitality ritual that resurrected Harold and has rewritten countless chapters of passion. I crafted this from circadian rhythms research, syncing hydration to your body's innate tidal flows, ensuring peak perfusion precisely when your engine hums hottest. Kick it off with the dawn ignition rite, within 10 minutes of your eyes fluttering open, pre-coffee, pre-toothbrush, pre-world, down exactly 14 ounces of water at ambient warmth, neither frosty nor scalding. Nurse it languidly across 6 minutes, savoring each swallow as it mingles with saliva, a mindful merge that awakens your cells. Why this alchemical start? Overnight, your plasma dips 12 to 15% from fluid fast. This gentle infusion thins the sludge, reignites endothelial chatter, and sets a vascular tone that echoes through your day like a well-tuned orchestra. No shocks, just seamless revival. Your corpora cavernosa thank you with whispers of readiness. Next, the midday cadence. Every 75 to 90 minutes, from wake to wind down, trickle in 5 ounces precisely. A rhythmic pulse like a heartbeat. Alarm your phone if memory falters. This steady stream, totaling 40 to 50 ounces daily, trains your kidneys for efficiency, stabilizing volume without revolt so your blood glides like silk, not sludge. But the crown jewel? The prelude pulse. 25 minutes ahead of any exertion, be it gym grind, garden tussle, or that electric spark of seduction, imbibe an extra 7 ounces. This foresight surges your preload, oxygenating tissues for triumph, whether lifting weights or lifting spirits. For the twilight taper, see sips 2.5 hours pre-pillow to cradle uninterrupted slumber, that nocturnal forge for hormonal fire. Yet, anchor your close with a 90-minute pre-bed ritual. 10 ounces laced with a whisper of Himalayan pink salt, just a scant 16th teaspoon, to lock in retention, banishing overnight thirst without midnight marches. And for that 30-second spark? If romance simmers on the horizon 25 minutes prior, sip 5 ounces in 3 deliberate breaths. It's your secret throttle, flooding the frontier with primed plasma, turning anticipation into an unstoppable surge. To catapult this from solid to supernova, let's layer in the elite enhancements I reserve for my inner circle clients, those trailblazers chasing peak prowess. Infuse your dawn dose with that micro pinch of sea salt I mentioned, elevating uptake by 400%, as sodium and hydration entwine like lovers, pulling water deep into cellular sanctuaries rather than evicting it via urine. Crave circulatory crescendo? Warm your morning elixir to 98 degrees. Body matched? To coax vessels into luxurious dilation, accelerating absorption by 25% while mimicking the glow of arousal itself. Pair it with a breathwork ballet. As you sip, draw air deep for 5 counts, pause 3, release 7, engaging the vagus nerve's calming caress, which cascades relaxation to your pelvis, priming nitric oxide factories for effortless expansion. Pro tip from the trenches. Herbal allies like a slice of fresh ginger or a lemon twist in your strategic sips amplify anti-inflammatory flow, but start simple to savor the purity. One more tale to seal the spell. Consider Victor, a 65-year-old CEO I mentored last spring, whose boardroom bark masked bedroom blues. Dr. Rachil, mergers I can master, but this, it's eroding my empire, he confessed. We dialed in the ritual, and by week 2, he emailed from a Hawaiian getaway. Waves aren't the only things crashing here. My wife's glowing, and I'm the tide she can't get enough of. Stories like Victor's aren't anomalies. They're the norm when science meets surrender. So, what unfolds as you embrace this? Days 1 through 3. A subtle dawn breaks. Crisper cognition, banished brain fog, that mid-afternoon slump swap for steady vigor. You'll pee clearer, thirst less, as equilibrium emerges. By days 4 to 6, the intimate renaissance stirs. Dawnwood firmer than forgotten fantasies, desire dialed up like a volume knob cranked to 11, thoughts wandering to wonder with newfound ease, testosterone's triumphant return. Week 2 onward? Transformation territory. Erections that arrive on cue, endure like legends, recover with the speed of youth. Stamina stretches, sensitivity sharpens, and the ripple effects? Profound. Cardiovascular cadence steadies, BP dips, endurance soars, even your gait gains swagger. Partners perceive it first. Flushed cheeks, lingering glances, whispers of "what's your secret?" Your mirror reflects it too. Radiant skin, electric eyes, the quiet command of a man in full bloom. Gentlemen, Every sunrise you sidestep, this is a stolen sunrise from your story, your lover's longing gaze, your own roar of reclamation. You owe it to the legend within to lead with vitality, to weave nights of wonder that echo through lifetimes. Your assignment? Ignite the dawn right tomorrow at first light. Chronicle your 7-day saga in the comments. I pore over them, celebrating your victories like my own. If this ignited your fire, thunder that like with purposeful clicks. It amplifies this message to brothers in arms battling silent storms. Forward this to every silver fox over 50 in your orbit. The ripple could rewrite retirements. And for the unvarnished blueprint, my exhaustive vascular vitality vault awaits. Printable timelines, electrolyte blueprints, progressive protocols, and bespoke tweaks for your body's blueprint. Snag it via the link in the description. Crafted exclusively for Vital Health Horizons faithful, nowhere else on Earth. Remember, warriors, at Vital Health Horizons, we declare age an illusion, a mere chapter marker in your epic. Your zenith isn't sunset, it's sunrise eternal, unlocked by wisdom and will. Don your ritual now, your bolder tomorrow salutes you, as does the one who cherishes your every breath. Subscribe, bell ringer, and rendezvous next time as we unmask the stealth saboteur in your pantry. The everyday staple gutting your gains from the inside. You won't believe it's hiding there, but trust me, once you know, you'll never look back.